XRP, we start with 1 hour chart. If we refer to our analysis in my last video when the price was here, we mentioned about the different possibility how we can look for trade. And I was keep mentioning the best is if it give us one more drop. Then from there, with the breakout of this low, any reversal, we can look for buy. Okay, either the drop continue because at that time the price was here, either the price drop from here or give us one move up before price drop. Okay, as we can see, this is what we get as we expected. Okay, the things is sometimes when we see, because what we had here was a correction in relative to this to look for buy. That's why sometimes when we have this kind of the things, this kind of the move, and I point that let it to give us one more drop before we get look for buy, because when we get one more drop, then from there, if any reversal we see, we can confirm whether we should look for buy or not. Okay, see, we get one more drop, but this drop was really sharp. That's why I mentioned we cannot buy within this correction. If anyone buy within this correction, no, they should be within this move, unless they have a stop. They had a stop loss below this. Okay, this is the important things. When we see these things, I mentioned let it to give us one more drop, because when we get the one more drop, then we know what's the next, and now we see what we have here. Okay, now we see this correction right now. We cannot look at it as a buy correction anymore. Even I'm the flat. Okay. By the way, no one see what's the next and how we can look for trade, because we mentioned let it give us one more drop. Any reversal we can look for buy. This is what we get. Now we want to see whether this is the start of the reversal or not. Okay. In this case, we start with the daily chart. Okay. First of all, if we refer to our analysis in my last video, based on daily chart, exactly I point on this too. I mentioned we need to be careful what we have here. If anyone wants to look for buy based on lower time frame, they need to care about this. Because when we have these things, mostly we can see the reversal, and exactly this is what we get. Okay, and if we refer to our analysis again, we were looking for this one more drop. Even we get this up move, still price reverse to where it was. Now the question is whether this one is still you can give us one more drop, or based on lower time frame we can look for reversal. Okay, for me it's still I prefer to price to break at least to 0.42 or breakout of 0.42, 0.36 for me to look for buy, because for long term, because the way XRP is moving is really corrective. It's different from other charts. It's really different in terms of the structure, the way it's forming the structure. Okay, and if we move to forward chart, okay, but what I mentioned right now, it doesn't mean I won't buy at this current price, whatever we have here. But whatever I look, if I trade, I get mostly for buy, I consider as a short term. If I see it's not moving, I don't stay with the trade. I take out the trade. Okay. Now, how are we going to look at this? Because can we put right now these two in relative to each other as a bigger correction? This is a 1, 2, 3, and this is what we have here. And maybe we get one move up. That means this tend to a more complex correction. Okay. Now, we want to see how we can look for trade, whether this is a correction for one move up, or this one can turn to a one move similar to what we have here. Maybe we move to lower time frame, it will be more clear. If I move to 1 hour chart, this is what I want to refer to. All right, maybe we can look for this 1, 2, 3. We have one move down, and we put this one in relative to this. And I don't think if we get this, may cannot retest the top, move a bit higher, then drop. This is what we can say right now, but we cannot confirm it if this one is correct. By the way, we are not going to change over what we had here. We just keep it. And now we just follow here. We want to see whether this is a reversal or not. Okay, now the only question is how we can trade it. For me, if I want to look for buy, I prefer this one become a bit more complex. That means we be here more another a few hours. Then if I see any correction of, we consider as a correction of like the small correction, any buy we can look for. But what we want is a sharp move. Okay, and even if the price move from now with the sharply, I think we can have entry above this, but it's very risky. I just leave it for the traders, because right now we don't have any proper buy setup. Okay, but it doesn't mean the price cannot continue. And also, how about if this one we see is moving as a really corrective, is not moving fast, still we can expect one more drop. Because when we have this kind of the sharp move, mostly we can expect the correction for continuation. Okay, but all it depends what we have here. That's why it's better we wait. We see whether we can get any for sell. I'm not looking, even, I mean, based on what we have right now, I'm not looking for sell unless I confirm this one as a correction. I get a really sharp move with the flag, may I can look for sell. But for buy, what I have here is not enough for me to confirm the reversal. And if I move to 15 minute, if we refer to 15 minute, what we have here, still we can expect this one can be similar to this for one move up. But if we get this one, maybe we can look for one move down. That's why I mentioned if you want to look for buy, we need to see how this one came from. Still, we can trade from what we have right now. But if we get any breakout of the top, we see is not moving, we should know that this two can turn for one move up. Then from there, maybe this one turn to a correction for one more drop. Okay, that's why if we refer to 1 hour chart, if we want to look for buy, it's better we wait a few more hours, see we see what we have here. Because if the price, mostly for me, I think if the price, for example, continue right now, similar to what I explained based on 15 minute, then we will have this internal correction, then mostly the price can reverse. Okay, but anyway, if anyone wants to take the trade based on 15 minute, like what I explained, what they expect the price continue move sharply. If the price didn't move sharp after the breakout of the top, this is correcting, they should take out the trade. But right now, the best thing is we wait, we see whether we can get any trade set up here or not. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.